thinks he's joking. Because I'll go up to him and I'll be like, hey, what did you think of my joke, Dad? Love me. And he'll be like, yes, jokes. You know, when my cat Larry died, it was just awful. He was covered in tumors. And you couldn't even see his eyes. The tumors just boiled over his eyes. We actually ended up painting eyes on the tumors. So he could feel a bit more comfortable. But I wanted to make him feel better. I would throw a ball at him, and he couldn't actually see it, so it would just hit him. But at least he knew I was there. It took a couple months before we found out that he was actually already dead, and the ball was simply pushing oxygen out of his lungs. Yes. You should write a joke about supermarkets. I once knew a bag boy at the supermarket who was just covered in tumors. But thank goodness he had good health care. Kaiser would send someone in every couple of days and they'd throw a ball at him. But really, I don't find that joke very funny because I don't get much health care where I work. But there is hope. Shut up, there's hope. Because for every 5 thefts I stop, I get a pewter skull pin. Why? Because I work at Hot Topic, motherfucker! What? Yeah! It's great, with my boss, he'll try to motivate you sometimes, so he'll come up to me and be like, hey, your job here is a performance. See, when you're here and you're a greeter, I want you to give your 100%. And he does this all the time. This is how he moves and walks and talks. Makes sense that he's a manager of a Hot Topic. But I just take 100% of your commitment. A little birdie told me that you're a stand-up comic. I want to see you get up on that entryway and see it as your stage. But I just started crying and I fell to the floor and I just went, but I'm a terrible stand-up comic! I want my Barbie doll! That was hilarious! So, speaking of jobs that make me want to kill myself, I'm a vegan. Yay! She sounds difficult! I'm totally fine with you eating meat because, as far as I'm concerned, the more meat you eat, the more self-righteous I can get, right? I'm sure not. But the thing that's shitty is, my friends, they'll try to guilt trip me and torture me about it. We'll go to a diner together and they'll be like, oh yeah, Casey, I just ordered a cheeseburger. It's gonna be so fucking good. There's meat and dairy and because it's the cheese and there's lettuce and tomatoes and there's a bun and oh the onions, oh god. And I'm like, Mom, please stop humping at the audience. It's not funny. It's really embarrassing. And there's no way I can top that. What am I gonna say? It's not like I can. Hey, baby, you want some tofu that's been in a freezer so that I could remove the excess water and give it a meat-like texture? You want some gluten-free bread? You can put that in my oven all night. But seriously, don't put it in an oven, okay? There's no yeast in it. It's gonna be really gross. All right, fuckers, that's been my time.
Everybody, Casey Grimm. Oh my goodness, Casey gets called a hipster all the time. I think that's unfair. I actually date hipsters. That's why I think it's unfair. Here's the problem. With sleeping with a hipster chick. All right, I can never tell if they're just doing it ironically. All right, here we go.